everyone, welcome back. In this video, let us see how to configure and use the AWS CLI. So in the previous video, we have seen how to configure the AWS management console by creating a user and setting up the permissions. So in this video, let us see how to use the AWS CLI. So in the Google, we can search for AWS CLI install. So here I'm just opening the first link, and here I have the option to install the package for Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. So you can just follow these instructions if you want to install it for the Linux, and similarly for Mac OS, you can just follow this link, and I'm going to install the package for the Windows one. So for that, I need to download this and run this installer on the Windows machine. And once it is installed, you can open the command prompt, and here you can run the AWS -- version to make sure the AWS CLI is installed. So I have installed already. So once you have done the similar fashion in the other flavor like Linux or Mac OS, you can just similarly run the same command to make sure the AWS CLI has been installed. Okay, now let us see how to configure this to use it. So you can go to the management console and click on users, and here you can open the user that we have created. So I'm going to set up the AWS CLI for this user account, and under security credentials, you can scroll down and look for access keys. So we are going to create an access key, and there are different methods. So we can choose the CLI option, and AWS itself giving some recommendations, AWS Cloud Shell, that we can see it later. So here I understand the above recommendation and want to proceed to create access key, and you can click on next. Okay, so here we can click on access key. So access key created. So here is the access key, and here is the secret access key. So it will show you for the first time only. So you need to let me open the command prompt. Okay, so you can type AWS configure, and here enter the access key ID. So this is your access key ID. You can just copy this. Okay, and next enter the AWS secret key, and you can copy this secret key as well. Okay, and here enter the default region. So I'm using Mumbai. You can click on this to find out the region, AP South 1. AP South 1, and default output format. Okay, so now we have configured the CLI. Now you can type AWS IAM list users. Okay, so we had only created one account, so that's why we see only one here under the users. And if you remove this user from the AWS management console, then it will reflect immediately on the CLI as well. Okay, so that's it in this video, and I'll see you in the next.